What's up, besties?
No! My shot! Guys, I spilled my fucking shot and I only had 2 fucking shots left of the bottle. That's so fucking whack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, besties. Welcome back to another episode of I Am Besties. I am your host, Vanessa, with my beautiful, lovely co-host, Stephanie.
Whoop, whoop.
And we are so excited to be here. We miss you guys. We did not drop last week because of me. I was going through it.
It was a mental health. It was a mental health.
Yeah, I definitely
week.
need a fucking mental health break. I was hanging on by a motherfucking thread. And, but I'm back and I'm better.
Do you feel better?
Huh?
Do you feel better?
Yes, I do. No, yes, I do. And to prove it to you, I'm going to take a shot.
Of course.
Gonna take a shot.
Of course, as any sane person would.
Shot. What would you do if, like, somebody was, like, on your ass about taking shots and you didn't want to and they were, like, fucking bugging?
I would probably just leave.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Or just, not, like, leave the place, but, like, walk away. Like, be like, bitch, you're irritating me.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, that's mad annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Like, me duele la panza, girl.
What do you have? Gastritis? Tengo gastritis.
Genoprazol para la gastritis.
Dude, that brings like so many like childhood memories of Mexico.
I fucking love that commercial. It's so funny.
Cheers, besties.
Cheers. Nice. Saul, there's none in here? Yeah, right.
I feel like if I was being like badgered by someone to keep taking shots,
it kills the vibe.
I'm just such a like pushover. I would take them all.
I just feel like I'm very much like the match your energy, especially when we're out. Like even if I'm not drinking, like girl, I don't want to fuck up your night. So if you're like in that mode, then I'm gonna be in that mode. Even if I'm not drinking.
Yeah, but it's happened to me though, where like people hand me the shots and I'll just like throw them to the back.
Oh, okay.
I pretend because I'm like, bitch, if I keep drinking, bitch, it's over.
Or I'll look at someone and I'll be like,
do you want me?
Yeah.
Dude, and then that to me.
Oh, yeah, I did that to Vanessa at Korean barbecue.
Yeah, you did.
She took like 11 shots.
Literally. Thank God it was, what is it called? Soju?
Soju, yeah.
So literally, I feel like it's not as strong as like straight tequila.
It is, though. I feel like that was just some shitty ass soju because soju's strong. That should be having me on my ass.
Okay, because I was like, okay, I was surprised at like how good it left the restaurant.
Yeah. You're right.
Right. That was like,
didn't we go to an escape room after that? Was that the night?
Yeah, we went to an escape room.
And you were killing it. We wouldn't even have gotten anywhere if it weren't for you.
Thank you. I tried my best. I surprised myself, honestly. I really thought that, I don't know, I guess I always feel like I'm a dumb girl. And then I do shit like that, and then I'm like, I'm actually like really smart. Like, smarter than all you bitches. No, I'm just saying.
No, dude, I be feeling like that. And honestly, that's the first escape room that I've never completed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was only my second one ever.
Oh, damn. You're good then.
No, I meant like in general.
That's what I'm saying. Like your second one and you were killing it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I will say though that the first one, I didn't do that well because it was a scary one and I fucking hate scary ones. And I was also pregnant. So I was worried that
your baby?
Literally, I was worried that like me getting scared was affecting the baby. So I couldn't concentrate. And I was like, bitch, I told Hugo, why the fuck would you bring me to this escape room? Like, really? Like, I know we were doing, like, date night, but out of everything, Lord, please.
He's
like,
all, you can't go on a roller coaster. This was the second best.
Literally. Like, dude, and there's, like, so many. Like, I know there's, like, a fucking, like, you know, Candyland theme one. Things like that.
Like a happier one?
The happy one. Why the fuck are we here right now? I'm about to pee my pants. Like, I have to, you know, roll and, like, you know, like, freaking crawl my way out of somewhere. Bitch, I'm pregnant.
Did you ever fake your water breaking?
No.
Oh my god.
Dude, I swear to God, every time like everyone asks me stories about my pregnancy, I always wish that I wasn't fucking depressed because I feel like I would have done so many like funny like different
little skits.
Yes, like just like even go out dressed like with my tummy and I would just like been like, this is me, like, you know,
like I'm pregnant,
my tummy, you know. But I was
like
just
Rihanna.
Literally, yes. Oh my God, that bitch.
I know she was
her
so
outfits.
cute.
And literally, yeah, no, I didn't do nothing because I was like crying the whole time. But I'm up now.
Next time she gets pregnant, we're gonna pretend that her water breaks all the time.
No, literally, I will be down to prank anyone and everyone.
Dude, I've always wanted to get pranked like that. Have you ever seen What is that shit called? Oh my God. I was actually going to ask, are you really not down to do the scary escape room that Saul told us about?
I guess I'd be down if you guys were there with me.
Dude, I'm just like nervous. Like, I feel like I want to be down, but I don't want to be confined into anything. I don't want to be touched.
That's my thing too.
Yeah. Like,
I would still do it though. Because I swear to God, I feel like if they tried to touch me, I'd be like, get your fucking hands off me.
You're all moaning. You're like,
I'd be like, go a little lower.
You want to tie me up?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Get a room. Okay.
Cheers to something.
Cheers to... damn. My mind went blank. Just cheers for not having any negative thoughts right now.
Oh, love. I can't believe Saul doesn't have any alcohol. But also, dude, I cannot drink alcohol right now.
But also, like, I feel bad because every time I come here, I raid, like, his fucking refrigerator and, like, take all his alcohol.
Okay, but somebody has to drink it. What coincidence is that every time you're here, there's always some. Like, no one's drinking it.
It feels like he got it just for me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't even drink. That's why whenever he doesn't want to drink with us, I'm like, bitch, I see you drinking.
Literally. And talking about that, you guys, we were pressing Saul because he gets, like, sweets at, like, concerts. And this is, like, the third one. He went to the Anual one last weekend. And literally, we were like, why the fuck do you never invite us? Like, he doesn't think of us as friends, you guys. He only sees us as employees. And I think it's pretty fucked up because we do so much for him. Like, a lot.
No, like, literally. Like everything.
We're practically his therapists.
He doesn't tell us anything. He's all a rock.
We're his wingmen. We're his chefs.
And also, I want you guys to go and comment and bully him and be like, dude, what the fuck? That's fucked up. Because we just really consider him a close friend. And I don't think he sees us the same.
Yeah. I think we have to.
He wants to be open and vulnerable on this podcast. And
our boss doesn't even create the space for us.
Yeah, like he doesn't even give us that safe space to like allow him. Dude, why are we always bashing him?
Are we the problem?
No. I don't know what it is. I don't know never what it is. No, but he does not invite us to concerts, and we are filing a complaint to HR.
Yeah, he said next one, so we'll keep you updated, see if he does or not.
The next one's gonna be gay as hell. He's not gonna.
Oh, I'm gonna be pissed.
Cool He's just gonna. It's not a pity concert.
No, it's not. We're gonna go and we're gonna make it fun. I feel like you and I like really can make anything fun.
Dude, that's so.
You know,
true.
do you ever think about that? Like sometimes you could be doing like the lamest shit, but if you're with the right people, it's fun
all the time.
Yeah.
But also, I hate when it really is just lame and you are with the right people and it's just like, damn, this was kind of like ass.
Yeah. Yeah. At least I'm not sober.
I know, dude. I hate that, like, I'm not drinking anymore. Because I see you and you're just so fun and cute.
But honestly, like, I need to, not that I need to, but I just feel like there's like a flip side, you know, like duality and everything. Like, yes, like it's fun and it's cute, but at the same time, like I'm fighting demons out here.
Right, but you don't show that on Instagram. So on Instagram, I just get FOMO.
No, on Instagram, like I'm just living my best life.
Yeah, don't post on your close friends. You like that's what close friends is for. Like, I don't want to see your happy shit on your close friends. Like, that's just not what it's for. And I don't know how to get that through people's head. If I'm on your close friends and you're posting your happy baby or like you having a good old grand time, like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I see that on the daily.
Like, that's what your regular story's for.
Honestly, like, I just, like, my chaos is, like, I don't think I'm the type to be able to, like, look at my camera and, like, talk about, like, something negative that just happened to me and then, like, post it. Like, I really will be like, what the fuck am I, like... Because first off, my mind really just goes to, one, what, like you said, you play, like, what are people going to say about this? Like, if they DM me about this, I don't want to talk about it. You know, like, I don't want to deal with leaving people on red. You know what I mean? It's like, 'cause I'm not going to want to talk about it with you. Yeah, and also, when I'm going through, like, negative shit, like, I'm just crying, like, in my room. And, like, what the fuck am I going to post that for? Like, because once I'm done crying about it, like, I'm up.
It's because when I'm going through fucked up shit, I just laugh.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, like, I just find, like, whatever humor I can. And then I'm like, haha, that's funny. Let's post that. Because I'm also, like, but also just, like, telling my business.
Yeah.
To my close friends.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, like, bitch, if I'm crying, I want everybody to know.
Yeah, like, have you seen that meme with that, like, a little boy who's crying and he has, like, a little girl who's crying and she's, like, her tongue out. She's, like...
No, that's literally fucking me. And I have people like, hey, when you post yourself crying, like...
What? People have told you that?
No, but, like, online when people are like, how do you post yourself crying? And I'm like this.
Like this. I would set my camera right here. Get my angle.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Post that you're cheating. Post that you're fucking crashing. Like, your fucking accident. I want to see all the dirt.
Maybe next time. I'll give it a try.
Or just send it to me.
Okay, I'll do that. That'll be like my soft launch.
Yeah, because I hate when people are like, oh, you're only happy, like, social media is fake because you're just posting, like, the good stuff. And I'm like, okay, bitch, if you want to see the bad stuff,
if you want to see the bad stuff, I'm going to be uploading videos of me and my mom going bodies. That's my best stuff.
Bro, you could do the one where, like, on TikTok where they're, like, talking and, like, they just have the camera like this and, like, you're just hearing the conversation. Dude, but, like, why is that funny?
It is funny, but, like, you would no. I feel like everyone would start dragging my mother.
Oh.
As they should. I know, but it's a lot. She's chaotic.
But I love that about TikTok, that it's just like a thing now to post like your most messed up life experiences on there.
I love that it's kind of changed what being an influencer means, because I feel like in the past being an influencer was just posting cute pictures, being like posting aesthetically pleasing content, you know, vlogging and kind of just a happy life like wrapped in a little rainbow. And rainbow, I mean a little ribbon. And it's like now to kind of be an influencer, you just have to really be like yourself, like vulnerable, like raw, like unedited, unfiltered, just the ugliness even. Like people, like you'd think, like Shoddy Bae, bitch. Like I fucking love Shoddy Bae so fucking much.
Me too.
And I think back on like when the influencer culture just started, and it probably wouldn't have popped off as she probably wouldn't have popped up as much as like it would be now.
Yeah. And honestly, Shoddy Bae's been around for a long ass time.
A minute.
And I feel like right now she's peaking. I love that for her. Like she's meeting like a bunch of fucking sick, like I think she was like Jordan Wood's little sister.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn, shout out to Shoddy Bae.
No, we DM'd her to have her on, but no response yet. Maybe one day, besties. But honestly, like I swear to God, me and my sister stay talking in her lingo like all the fucking time.
Anyway, Shoddy Bae, please.
I'm begging you.
No, dude, but I love that. I do love that I guess, but it depends, because sometimes the influencers that are just too, like, I feel like there's two kinds of influencers right now. The ones from TikTok and the ones from Instagram.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like the ones from TikTok are more so like that, like more open about like their vulnerabilities and just crying and telling
being
their
authentic,
just being
like goofy, funny.
Exactly, as opposed to like the Instagram influencers where it's just more of like they're always creating some kind of like oh, I have this really cute fit and I need an hour of my day to Instagram this. Like have a whole Instagram set.
Have you also noticed those influencers who kind of were already established like in these past years from Instagram, you know, and then have you noticed when they try to create like authentic content on TikTok where they're trying to be goofy and it comes off so like it's a hard watch for me personally.
That's what I'm saying.
Where I'm like, you could tell that they're noticing that like, okay, TikTok is where it's at now. They need to be relatable the way like people are being relatable, and it's like it's a hit or miss. Like I feel like some can pull it off and some I'm just like, no, please just go back to IG.
Dude, but I like the IG ones too, because it motivates me to be like a little bit, you know. Like, sometimes when I see them posting real cute fits and stuff, I'm like, okay, this is cute. Because when I see the chaotic ones, I'm like, okay, well, I feel identified, so I'm just going to stay chaotic or whatever. Like, who was I don't know if you've seen, I think his name is Octopussy.
Oh my God, I love him.
Dude, I love him so much. But I noticed that, like, there's always someone who's going around all the famous people. Like, one influencer that's ends up, like, I guess, like, going viral, and then they end up having, like, a tour with, like, every fucking famous person. And who do you think at first it was, I think his name was Chris. He was with, like,
a partner?
Yeah. And then he started hanging out with Meghan Trainor.
Yes.
And
no. They were actually friends since childhood.
Yeah, I saw that. But then he did that thing with like the coffee. And so he just started going around with like everyone, every like famous person pretty much, and like making TikToks with them. And I noticed that's what Octopussy's doing right now.
Yeah.
I don't know his actual name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's
either.
Hilarious. But I saw him with Meghan Trainor. I saw him with that bitch who just got married, Richie something's daughter.
Oh yeah.
Sophia Richards. That's her name?
I don't know. Sophia Richie. No. I don't know, bitch. So her name's Sophia.
Yeah, and then he was with like the Jonas Brothers. You know what I mean? Like they have like a cycle of peaking and then like going around TikTok. I don't know if I made sense. I'm sorry.
No, you
I
did.
babbled.
You did.
But I love Octopussy. He's fucking funny.
Which is your favorite like little skit that he's done?
I don't know. I like the Pluto one where they tell Pluto that he's not a planet. That was funny.
I like the one where The soda one. I forgot which one. What was the exact like?
Oh, the Coke Zero.
Yeah, Coke Zero. Yeah, I think I have a Coke Zero.
He's fucking funny.
Dude, no, I love. He did like some Bible ones too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like when Noah's family or friends like were not allowed on the ark or some shit like
that.
Oh
my god! But the animals were. That shit's funny, but it's also cool because his content is based off like other people. You know what I mean? Like. I feel like his relationship with his fans is so cool because his fans are the ones giving him the ideas and then he just works off of those.
Yeah, I love that too.
What it is to be
commented, he hasn't done mine yet, but...
What'd you put?
Still crossing my fingers. Fuck, I forgot already. It was a minute ago. Oh my God. But I would comment, like, I'll do this one, but he hasn't done it. I remember thinking it was a pretty good one though.
I wonder how he started that. Like why that even.
Yeah. I think he did one and then it popped off really big and then people started commenting. He just started going off that. Like
I know, but like how did that even come to his mind to like act that out? Like that shit's just comedy.
Dude, isn't it insane? Like sometimes people do shit and you're like, dude, sometimes I feel like being on social media, you kind of have like this mentality of like, damn, everything's been done before.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing new. And then people start doing new shit and you're like, what the fuck?
Like,
like
why haven't I thought of that? And you always feel like, oh, whatever, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, anybody could do that.
Literally.
But I don't think I would have ever thought of that one.
No.
That was a good one.
And I also feel like there's like two groups of people that do it and people that just think about it. And I categorize myself still mostly as just a thinker. I don't want to discredit myself because I mean I do this podcast and like I feel like I really enjoy it and I've grown so much, but I do feel like I wish I was more of a doer because I feel like I think of sick ideas, like even just like funny TikTok videos that are not just like me acting to sounds. Like I'm like, oh my god, I have this idea for like a TikTok. I know it would be so funny, and I never do them. I just feel like I don't know why I just get really into my head. You know what I was telling Hugo the other day? I was telling him that I feel like when it comes to me being like my more like authentic self, I feel like it has to do in part with a lot of like my high school friends still follow me. Like a lot of like my high school class still follows me on like my IG, and I don't know. It's kind of like my younger, like teenage self, like takes control when like I want to post something, and that
like that cringeness.
Yes, like this version of me, like this 25-year-old version of me, is like super down and more like secure and willing to be goofy and just like be more authentic and like show up as like myself. But I feel like I struggle with kind of like my younger teen that's in me whenever I want to post certain things, especially because I'm like, oh my god, this guy and like this girl, like they look at my stuff and they're from high school and like and it's just like I hold back a lot. I feel like there have been times where I'm able to be like, no, fuck it, I'm gonna post it anyway, and I do it, and I feel like so much more prouder of myself afterwards. But definitely I still struggle with that sentiment of like, fuck, like people are like looking that like I used to know, and also too like cute guys. I feel like sometimes if I'm being honest, like I feel like filters fuck with me because I'm like, fuck, like I know I'm cute, but like with this filter, like damn, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I sometimes take a cute picture without a filter and I'm like, fuck, like I really fuck with this picture, but like I don't look really like the way I look like with filters. And then I'm like, fuck, like this guy and this guy and this guy, like they're so cute, like, you know. And then I'm like, what if like I post it and then think I'm ugly, and then I started like spiraling. Then I'm like, but wait, why the fuck do I care what they think? Like, am I ever really gonna talk to them? Probably not. Like, if they really wanted to date me or something, they could have reached out already, and they haven't. True. Bitch, it's been 3 years. What, like, what's the difference now? Like, and I just feel like I don't know, maybe it's just like me wanting like that validation still, and like I feel like I'm getting better, but I definitely still struggle with like just like the way I come up, the way I want to show up as in the world,
like the way you want to be perceived.
Exactly. And it's like, fuck, I'm constantly having to remind myself that I have no control over how I am being perceived,
right?
And especially like when it comes to beauty, because I feel like I struggle a lot with like accepting like how I look, and I just try to tell myself like, as long as I like it, you know, it's gotten me like a little couple of steps ahead, but I still struggle with it.
Yeah, because it's hard because you, especially on camera, being yourself and even just being like dumb, because at the end of the day, you know, you're just being a dummy.
Yeah.
It's hard because you are literally opening yourself up to criticism.
Exactly.
And because you're posting it or whatever. But I feel like for some reason, just on camera, I was always like, it was always easier for me to be like that. And I think we were talking about that on Saturday. It was always easier for me to be like that on camera than as opposed to, like, if I'm dancing and there's a camera, like, I'm more like, if it's already rolling. If I'm dancing, like, just normal and you start recording me, I'm going to get shy.
Oh, okay.
Like, I have to be aware that, like, the camera's already rolling, and then I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Like, this is how I am, and this is how it's gonna be. But once someone else is, like, recording me, I'm like, oh, because, like, the camera, I know I'm gonna have access to it, but your own camera, like, you're gonna go, like, what if you go home and, like, look at it? So it is hard to kind of open up like that, but I don't know how, sometimes I'm just like, dude, my mentality is always, if you're not going to like me after this and this is my authentic self, then you don't really like me.
Yes. And I've tried to, like, tell myself that. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it has gotten me through certain, like, moments where I want to refrain from posting something because of that mentality. But then there are some days where it just, like, beats me in the ass and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And I don't post certain things. Like, my TikTok drafts are flooded. Like, I think I have, like, over 500, like, drafts.
Damn!
Of just shit that, like, I feel like is hilarious. But I'm just like, no, let me not.
But you know what? Also, I hate when people are like, oh, you're using a filter. Like, bitch, yeah, that's what it's there for. You know what I look like in person?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I look like in real life? You know, obviously my skin is not fucking that flawless or, you know, my eyebrows aren't done or whatever the fuck. So I'm like, so why are you tripping about my filter? Like, I look extra good. I look good without it, but now I just look better. I've been trying to get that stigma off from, like, using filters because I always think of that. And then I'm like, dude, every fucking person and their mom uses filters. And some use, like, dumb, really like
exaggerated
like come on, dude, I just use the smooth skin one, like it's not that serious. But I don't know,
what's it called, I've been low-key living for no nails recently.
Ew, dude, I hate it.
I love it. I've been loving just, like, the clean cut nail, like, maybe just, like, a little bit of gloss.
You have really cute, like, girly hands though. I feel like I have, like, manly hands.
Let me see your hands. No, you don't.
My
thing is, I feel like I have chubby fingers, but I'm starting to get over that. I'm like, bro, like you said, these are my motherfucking hands.
I don't think you have chubby fingers.
It is what it is. Thank you.
Dude, you know what, though? I did lose weight on my fingers, which was wild. I didn't know that was, like, a thing. Dude, killing it. Low-key, I'm gonna toot my horn for that. I've been killing it at the gym. Like, I've been doing so good. I did a perfect pull-up today.
Oh,
like, I can only do one, but
bitch, the fuck?
Yeah, like,
not a lot of people can say that.
And it's, like, a good one where it's not like I, like, pull up, you know what I mean? Chill a second and then come back down.
Ooh.
So my next goal is to do a pistol squat.
Okay.
I'm killing it.
I'm killing it. What is that?
Like, these are your legs, and you're, like, one's like that, and then you squat down like that and then come back up.
That sounds hard.
It is, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I recently discovered that I'm able to do the monkey bars again.
Love! Those bitches are hard.
Dude, I literally, like, I have not been able to do monkey bars for a minute. And, like, I go to the park often with my son. And recently I was like, no, bitch, I can do it. I'm strong. And it's crazy because I discovered it was more of a mental thing than, like, a strength thing. Because I feel like before, when I tried to do it, I just already was like, you're not going to be able to. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't try my hardest.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
I would just, like...
You got to break a sweat.
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't really try with my full strength because I was like, I can't do it. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
I would just swing from the first one and then try to make it to the next one. I would just, like, let go. You know? I would let go. I wouldn't actually try to hold on and follow through. Mm-hmm. And then this time I went... Because, like I said, I've been trying to really just have, like, more of a positive... mentality when it just comes to doing things, because I feel like I'm very negative, and was very negative. Yes. Yeah, you know. And and I did it, dude. I did monkey bars, and I was like shook. I was like, oh my god, this whole time I've been able to do it. It was really just like my brain.
Isn't it crazy, like, how much of everything is just mental?
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break to shout out our sponsors at Manscaped. Ladies, our friends at Manscaped are here with a deal you can't pass over this Easter season. They've got the tools to give the man in your life the beautifully decorated eggs of his dreams. Just because it's Easter doesn't mean it's okay for him to hide his manhood behind all that grass. Make sure his downstairs lawn is mowed and get him feeling sweet as candy by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off plus free shipping with code BESTIES.
No, really, honestly, their products are so good. My little brother went into our room and he tried to steal Alex's nose hair trimmer, and he was like, "You need to get me one." And I was like, "Girl, okay." It's time to put all your eggs into the perfect basket with the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. Inside this ball care bunny basket, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all his goodies. The Lawnmower 4.0 is an electric trimmer. It has their proprietary advanced skin-safe technology that is designed to trim hair on loose skin.
The Lawnmower 4.0 is also waterproof and equipped with an LED light so you can keep eyes on those eggs even in the dark. The Easter Bunny dropped off an extra special gift with Performance Package by adding the upgraded Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer, which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in his delicate nose and ear holes. This package also comes with their Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner. Yeah, you heard that right. This is ball deodorant that can change his life and yours potentially. April is Easter, but it's also Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection. Manscaped is committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer as a part of their We Save Balls initiative.
So save 20% off and free shipping with the code BESTIES at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code BESTIES at manscaped.com. Hop into the best deal of the year with Manscaped. We now return to your regular scheduled programming. Isn't it crazy how much of everything is just mental?
It's insane. It's like everything pretty much.
Well, yeah, but I feel like there's certain things that are so simple and your brain complicates the hell out of it. Whenever I would try to do monkey bars, I would be like, okay, imagine you're hanging off a cliff and like you have no choice but to like hold your weight up. Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's how I go through most of my life. I'm like, okay, but imagine you got kidnapped right now. Like, how would you, like, are you strong enough to fight them off? Like, that's my mentality all the time now.
To be fair, though, if that was really happening, you would have, like, hella adrenaline and shit, which would help.
That's true. But it's because I've been reading a lot of fantasy. So I'm like, oh, my gosh, like, what if I'm the chosen one? Or, like, what if I get taken prisoner by, like, a magic world? And, like, I'm just fucking weak and I die. Like, I'm going to be just some bitch in this story. Like, I'm not even going to be like a good main character. I'm just gonna be like, oh my God, remember when Stephanie died? Now we gotta save the kingdom and she's not even here. Like, that's embarrassing. So I'm just trying to be my strongest self. Plus my little niece, she got it. I told her one day, like, oh my God, I was like benching, like not benching, curling her. And I was like, oh my gosh, que fuerte es tu Nina. And now she's always like, Nina's fuerte. And I'm like, yes, she is.
Dude, 100%. It's so cute because like being a mom, I've noticed that like, you can say anything to kids and they will like repeat it or like internalize it, if that makes sense. Like if you and it could be like about other people or about them, because like they really are like sponges and like they're taking everything in. And I swear, like, if you tell them, like, you're beautiful or, like, this, whatever, they'll start saying it about themselves. And equally, like, if I called Ezra annoying one time and he will, like, if he gets mad and I'm like, oh, my God, like, I'm frustrated, he'll be like, I'm not annoying. Like, he'll even say it. And I regret so bad. Like, just even that, it just took that one time for me to call him annoying for him to, like start saying it about himself.
That is so sweet.
And it's like, but it's like crazy though, you know, because it's like, bro, like they're literally growing up, they're learning, they're just, you know, trying to take the world in around them, and it's just insane. It's made me really be more mindful about the way I speak to him, or like the way I talk about myself even, because I've noticed like if I'm being negative about myself, like he picks up on that too, and I'm just like, okay, like I noticed that Ezra got my gummy smile. And to me, it's so funny because when I was pregnant, I would tell Hugo, I don't care how he looks. I literally was like, I just don't want him to get my gummy smile. And I would say that when I was pregnant. And literally, God was like, joke's on you, girl. Like, that's exactly what I'm going to give him. And it almost kind of felt like more of like a lesson to me, where it's like be accepting, because I look at it on my son and I think he's so precious. Like I don't see it as an ugly thing or anything like that. And so it just kind of confirmed to me, like, me hating my gummy smile has more to do with, you know, the way I've been made to feel about it growing up, and just mean comments people have made. And it's just kind of like, okay, if we all started out as little kids, you know, loving ourselves, and that must mean that we can easily unlearn all the bullshit that we feel about ourselves. So I love it now because, like, I'll tell him, like, I love your smile, and, like, little things like that. And it's just, like...
And it's so validating, too, because when you tell... I feel like that's my goal with my niece. Like, I want her... Like, we all tell her, like, ¿Quién es la más hermosa del mundo? And she's always like, Ofi. Like, she'll say her own name.
She's cute.
Or, like, if I say, like, oh, like, no, es Nina, she'll be like, no, like, it's Ofi. Like, like we're making her so, so confident. Even when she falls, we'll be like, it's okay. Like, Sofia's valiente. Like, it's okay. Like, you're okay. And I feel like I mean, the goal is mostly that when she gets older, if someone contradicts that, she's so sure in herself that it's not going to affect her the way, like, it would have, like, affected me, where, like, I would fall and my dad would be like, ay, qué pendejilla. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, bitch. Yeah, no, literally, I felt that.
But, oh my God, I love them. Like, kids are just the sweetest. And honestly, I wish that more, because... I didn't understand it. I wish more people just felt cariño towards kids, like any kids. Yeah. Because I feel like for the most part, most people are not...
They're like, fuck them kids.
Yeah. Like, you can say fuck them kids for not wanting them, but the ones that are already there, like, come on, bro, they're so cute.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they're the cutest.
100%. I honestly feel like it's not... I feel like it has more so to do with, like, just... the way they were raised, though. I feel like when people have that mentality, it's just more of, like, either... They just, and I'm saying this because, like, my sister, for example, the youngest one, like, she loves kids, like, she's such like a kid person, but when it comes to, like, them, like, being desmadrosos or you know, things like that, she has zero patience, like, zero fucking patience.
That's true.
And literally, like, I could see her, like, go from 0 to 100 real quick, like, when it comes to the kids. And it's funny because my mom is that way, like, she has no patience, like, zero. So it's like, so when she just, like, sees kids, like, being, like, overwhelming and, like, this mothers and shit, she just, like, she checks out, like, immediately. And then she starts being like, you know, fuck them kids, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, and when I see people that don't have kids and they're just around kids, they're like, oh, kids this, kids that. It feels more of, like, some kind of, like, just learned mentality, as opposed to... Like, I don't really think that if they actually got to bond with a child, that they would feel that way. I just feel like it's more of, like, that they're just kind of, like, that way of, like, everyone thinks. It's kind of, like, popular
like
to hate on kids. Like, the trend right
now to hate
on kids.
Yeah.
100%. That's why everyone just kind of, like, hops on the bandwagon. But I truly feel like if you were to put, like, any, like, normal person in a room with a kid and just, like, have you guys bond for a bit, like, anyone would be like, yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, because they're cute. They're like
cute.
little puppies.
Yeah, literally. Except they talk.
Yeah, except they talk and understand.
And you have to wipe their ass. And you have to fucking
teach them
literally,
stuff.
Literally, yeah.
But I was talking about how to, because my brother says that he's going to homeschool. Because that he just doesn't trust teachers and blah, blah.
I want to do that,
and
too.
I got sad because I feel like I have a lot of friends who are teachers.
Yeah.
And I can see the work and the effort that it goes into. And I'm talking about, like, preschool to, like elementary school.
Elementary, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I had a lot of really mean teachers.
Yeah.
And seeing, like, my friends that I went to high school with becoming such, like, because you know how they can record now? Obviously, the kids don't come out, but, like, just, like, little stuff where you can see how much the kids love the teacher. I remember that feeling, and I love it. And I'm like, oh, like, I obviously understand the reasonings behind homeschooling, but I just feel like there's no better feeling than being, like, getting excited to go to school because your teacher is just so kind and funny and, like, just makes this environment that's so welcoming. No, I feel like 100%. That's so underrated. I love teachers.
Yeah. I see that point for sure, because when I think about homeschooling Ezra, I do, like you said, you know that there are some things that they will miss out on, you know, because it's not all bad, you know. But I don't know, we'll see what happens.
That's why I get jealous of, like Mexican schools. They have such a cute culture where, like, they make little kids do bailes and, like, folklorico and stuff like that, but, like, they, like, all elementary schools do that. And here I feel like it's just, like, nothing. Like go to recess
at 7 a.m. Everyone's eating hot Cheetos and fighting in the fucking quad.
Yeah, or, like, I don't know, like, the fact that there's no, like, events, or, like, the events that are there, it's just kind of, like, they're not really, like, come if you want, but you don't have to.
Yeah, there's no community.
No, none.
Yeah, and videos have been coming up on my For You page of, like, U.S. citizens moving to other countries, and like they've been talking about
their
experience and how much better it is living in like Spain or Mexico or just like things like that. And I'm like, dude, that literally fucking like sounds like amazing. I feel like the only reason that would hold me back is that I would have to leave like my family, and I might, you know, always be fighting with them, but I feel like at the end of the day I am close to my family.
No, and that says, and I feel like you guys do definitely have that. Like, you can have your community, like your family can be your community. Yeah. I just think that some, like, a lot of people don't even have that within their family, so they have to, you know, look for that elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. No, but I love it, like how in like Japan or like what is that, Norway, where it's like kidnapping is not a thing.
I think it was either Norway or like Finland or something like that.
And Japan too, where like kids literally go on the subway alone. And
like they start going to school really kid.
Yeah, really like young. Literally like 6-7 years old already being alone because kidnapping is not a thing. Like it's like the community is already established where it's like it takes a village to raise a kid, so everyone's on it. Like, you know, everyone's watching out for your kid, or like this girl posted a video of how she moved to, where did she say she moved to? I forgot where, but she moved to another country, and she said she was crying like the night before her flight. She was like, I can't believe like I accepted like a scholarship and I'm moving out of the country. I'm leaving my family. Like I'm gonna like next 4 years I'm gonna be over here. Like she was just kind of like doubting like the decision. And then when she got there, she said that it was literally like amazing because they embraced her. She immediately found community. Like their friends were just like very caring, and like they invite you everywhere and just like all these things. And I was like, damn, like maybe it's like you said, your mind kind of wants to keep you from doing things, so it makes a lot of experiences seem negative more than what they probably really are.
Right, until you look back on them and then you're like, wait, that really wasn't that bad.
Exactly. And I think like for example, like when I did the scare acting in Six Flags, and I literally would have never done it if it wasn't for Hugo dragging me, and he literally pushed me to get out of my comfort zone. And I was like, okay, so I auditioned. I did like an audition in front of like judges, and I made it in. I got a fucking I was in there like makeup and hair every weekend, and I was scaring people, and like once I was in it, like working, I loved it. It was so much fun. But I think back on how I felt before I even decided if I wanted to do it or not, and my brain was just like, no, that's embarrassing, or you don't know how to act, or why would you want to give up your weekends? Like just a lot of negativity that was really just like drowning any kind of positivity from shining through. But thank God Hugo was there to really like pull me through. And I feel like that's why community is important, you know, because sometimes I feel like you need to have people around you that are going to be supportive and positive and are going to encourage you and kind of drown out the noise from all this negativity and the thoughts that are kind of keeping you from doing things. Because like you said, we internalize things. So I feel like over time, when you're surrounded by people that are positive and are uplifting and motivating, like you internalize that voice, and it kind of you hear it more instead of like the negative ones. It's definitely something that I've noticed now that I'm surrounding myself with more people like you and like Saul and like Hugo and just like friends that have been genuinely caring, like better kinds of friendships. I've definitely noticed like a shift in my personality and the way I think about myself and the experiences that I choose to do, because I definitely feel like when I think back on high school, and I get it, you know, high school, we're all discovering ourselves and we're not really sure of who we are, and we're more nervous and we want more validation. We just want to be accepted, and so it's harder. Like I acknowledge that, but we're definitely like more like we shitted on ourselves in high school. Like,
for sure,
a lot.
I think someone had posted on the topic saying like, oh, how do you make friends like as you're getting older? I feel like that's the main factor, that you have to be open and open to trying new things, open to talking to new people, and more than anything, I feel like you have to be open to be vulnerable, because I feel like especially with us, like that was our main thing, that we were like, can I trust her? Like, are we gonna trust each other? And it wasn't until we were both like, okay, like
we have to put our walls down.
Yeah, like let's do it. When we really felt like that shift in the relationship, and I feel like it's like that with everybody. Like, and it's more than anything that nobody wants to get fucked over. But I said this on Bueno Bueno too. Like I was like, you have to, like, at some point you just have to accept and admit that everybody is going to hurt you at some point. Like, you can't be in a perfect relationship with anybody ever. Like, there's always going to be bumps on the road. There's always going to be things that challenge your relationship with every single person, or else there's never going to be any growth. And I've been noticing that I've been like, okay, you know what, like how especially with like me sharing my emotions, I feel like I've gotten a lot better at like, okay, I shared this with you. I'm not going to overthink it. Like, I know that you were listening to me and I know that you care, because if you didn't care, you would have just not listened. Yeah. And if at some point, you know, people do end up hurting you, like it just, that then there's that like decision of like, okay, are we going to work through this or is this done? Mm-hmm. It's hard. It really is so hard. I feel like I feel like I finally feel like a woman. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, like there's definitely been a shift in, because I remember like early 20s, it kind of feels like I'm still a child.
Yeah, like I'm so young.
Yeah, and now that we're like mid 20s, like okay, like the
like we're still young. Yeah.
But the mentality where I'm starting to feel more embodied of more of like older women as opposed to like more like childish thinking, like
right. I think it's too with like value, like what am I valuing now that I wasn't valuing then?
Exactly.
And how is that affecting my life?
Exactly.
Because no, go for it.
No, I was saying anything.
Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. It's because I saw you.
No, my bad. No, I think I'll just kind of piggyback off of that. Kind of, I feel like when you're in high school, we want more than anything to be accepted. We're valuing more what other people think as opposed to what we think about ourselves and what we want. And I feel like that's kind of the shift that's happening for me, at least as a woman in my mid-20s, and kind of embodying that essence more. Is like I'm starting to shift that attention back to myself. Okay, like what am I valuing? What do I care about? Who do I want to surround myself with? It's no longer like what clique can I like get in, or like what friend group can like, you know, I be with, or, you know, if I wear this outfit, like is it gonna be cute for like guys to look at me? You know, it's like my attention was always external and now it's internal. It's like, okay, me, like it's my experience now. And definitely that has helped with just have a better experience overall, like in my world, you know.
It helps your relationship with yourself because you're so sure of the decisions you're making. You don't really second or question yourself, or if you do question yourself, it's not necessarily like should I not. It's more of like, okay, let's weigh the pros and cons. Like it's not just I want to say like rash thinking, because I feel like when I was young, every decision was like, okay, well, I have to do this, I have to do that. Like I didn't really sit and think about how it was going to affect, kind of like the domino effect of like what's going to happen if I do this. And I feel like that's how I approach everything now. I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I want to do. What do I think are going to be the repercussions of both of those things, and which am I more lenient to? Like this is what I actually want to do with my life. It's so hard. I feel like being in your like mid to late 20s is such a difficult age, and I don't think it's appreciated enough.
No. And I don't think people are having enough fun, if we're being honest as well, because I feel like we're worried too much about, like you said, the repercussions of like, are we making the right choices? Are we not? Or what is our future going to look like? And it's like, I feel like the same message has been playing over and over. I've been getting a lot recently in my life, and it's kind of been sounding like, don't think about your future in the terms of the future. Just think of it because if you really think about it, like the future and the past don't exist, right? Like we're just living the same day over and over again. So you kind of only really have the present, right? So don't think about what you want to do in the future. Just think about, what do I want to do today? And that's it. Just do what you want to do today, and then it'll create that domino effect for what eventually will be your future, your life. I mean, I'm not saying don't have a plan. I have a plan, of course. I mean, if there's a goal you want to work towards, but wake up every day with like, what am I going to do today that's going to benefit me right now, and just do that every day, and it'll
because if you're doing something that's gonna help you right now, it's gonna have that like effect of like, okay, in the later, I'm not gonna be stressed about this moment right now.
Exactly. And like if you wake up every day and you decide to lay in your bed all day every day, what is that gonna do for you, you know, a month down the line? Like not even thinking super long term, but a month down the line, you're still gonna be laying in that bed, you know. But if you
me trying to drop some like fucking dude, work on yourself. I haven't gotten out of bed in the whole month. Us barely.
Dude, and you know what's crazy that I learned recently is that there's a difference between passive action and action. Passive action actually, passive action is just like reading a book, like drinking water, like doing your bed. It's action that, I mean, you are doing something, it is beneficial to you and your experience, but it's passive because it's not really gonna bring anything into your life. I mean, like externally at least, like yes, your house will be like clean, and you know, you'll know stories, you'll read, you know, the time will pass by, but you're not actually doing anything. And then there's like I forgot what the other kind of action is called, but it's like doing action, where you actually like creating, like actually going out and like having experiences. Exactly. You know, and it's like through actually like having that kind of action where you're actually creating and going out and having new experiences, that's what's gonna kind of like elevate your life. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, because like I feel like I've been doing passive action, which is a step, of course, especially if you're starting from like the bottom. Like, don't beat yourself up if you're doing passive action, because I feel like it takes a lot for even to get to passive action. Because me personally, like that's like the journey I'm on, where I'm trying to get myself into a routine and like drink my water and like get my body moving and during the day, and like eat veggies and just do the things that I know are going to be good for my mental and physical health. But but it's been kind of dawning on me that, oh my God, okay, I've been in here, else? Like I've been here doing this and I'm doing good. I feel like I have established like my passive action, like my routine. Now I need to start moving into like action, right? You know, like I don't know, like what projects do I want to start? What hobbies do I want to learn? You know, what creative endeavors do I want to do? Like, you know, just kind of like that kind of mentality, which I feel like I'm getting into photography. I actually reached out to Olivia and I was like, dude, like, let's shoot. And we were supposed to shoot on Sunday, but we had to reschedule.
Fun.
Yeah, because I feel like I have so many ideas that I want to be behind the camera and like direct.
Dude, me too. Dude, oh my gosh, dude. I swear to God, literally I was just telling Sonia this like 2 hours ago.
That's crazy.
That's so insane.
Dude, and I noticed when we went to the trip to Mexico, you were literally with your camera and like you were taking pictures of us and everything. So I could definitely see that.
Honestly, I feel like I'm such that person. It's just more of taking that step further of like putting it all together. Yeah.
I'll be your model if you want.
Dude, I love it. My sister-in-law was telling me this the other day because she was like, dude, I just can't take good pictures. And in my head, I was always like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, just look at it, like center it perfectly, fix the lighting. But then I was like, wait. Like, some people just really be like, click. Yeah. And I always thought that it was nothing. Like, because I do love same thing like photography, but I was like, okay, but like, that's it. Like, I just take pictures on my phone and that's it. Yeah. And now I'm like, wait, no, I actually like love recording and I love, like, I'll see a moment and I'm like, dude, I want to capture this. Even if I'm never going to look at it again, I just want to have that moment for me for when I do it again. And I'm like, oh my God. Or sometimes I'll just be sitting and I'm like, if somebody was recording this right now, like, this would be such a good shot.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I would use it for, but I would love to have that shot. And I've been trying to, I guess, get that out there. And more than anything, I feel like I just haven't reached out to be like, okay, I want to create this.
Let's create it.
I feel like sometimes something that holds me back is like, why? Like, why are we going to create this?
Yeah.
I always felt like that I needed a purpose to, like, I'll be like, okay, I want to create this video. And I'm like, but what is anybody else going to gain from helping me with it?
Yeah.
So there's always like a mental, like, again, back to the mental block.
And that's crazy because really the only one that needs to gain anything is you. And even if all you're gaining is fun and just something, feeling proud that you created something that you're proud of, that's it. That's enough. That's so enough of a reason to do it. And the crazy thing is when we're following our creativity and like what brings us joy, opportunities come from that. Like I have a lot of friends who, like Kim, for example, that we had on the podcast, you know, she's popping off on TikTok and she's getting a lot of amazing opportunities. Yeah. And she said, because I just started doing TikTok for fun. You know, I was just a pandemic. I was just posting silly videos and I didn't think anything from it. You know, I didn't think it was going to bring anything for people or for me. I just did it because it was fun. And that's kind of like a mentality that I want to embody. And that's why I reached out to Olivia, because I was like, dude, like, I've been saying that I want to do this for a long time. It's funny. Hugo actually made me write a list because I was like having like a mental breakdown. Yeah. He was like, get a piece of paper. He was like, let's write down all the ideas that you have, everything that you want to do for fun, or just any idea that you have. Dude, I literally wrote like a whole fucking page of just shit that I want to do that I just don't. Yeah. It's just, I think about it and I'm like, oh, this could be exciting, but like I don't actually do it. Yeah. And he was like, okay, which one of these was like is attainable right now, that you don't need to buy anything, that you don't need to, that you can just literally just do it. And that was one of them. I was like, okay. And that was one of them that was exciting to me because, like I said, you're just driving somewhere and you just like see something beautiful. For me, I think it's more of like, I see like I'm out like and about and like I'll see like a good spot and I'm like, oh, it'd be a good like to shoot here with like this kind of like outfit and like these kind of props. Oh, I want to do kind of more like
that is so cool.
Yeah, like editorial kind of like for like magazines or like sometimes like I'm wearing streetwear and I'm like and I'm driving and I'm like, okay, like this background's dope, like with this kind of pose and like, you know, just I feel like I like more of like I don't know, just I don't know what the word is because I'm not big on like photography terms, but
I understand what you're saying though, because I feel like the way that I picture all my projects, they're more in a vintage kind of very, I don't want to say indie, just more of like those like indie style movies, but just the recording of it.
So you're more like videography.
Yeah, like I like to see like the cinematography. Like I'll picture it in a cinematography kind of way. Even though I don't know shit about cinematography, that's just how my brain.
But you just feel like you can do it. Like you have an eye for it.
Kind of, yeah. Like I'll be like out smoking and I'll picture my entire house, like not just me.
Yeah.
Like I picture the entire setting and I'm like, this is what I look like sitting here right now. And I feel like I'm stepping out and looking back at me.
Yeah.
And I notice that with other people too. And I feel like that's why I hate it kind of because I want to be in front of the camera. But I also know that no one's going to capture it the way I want to. Yeah,
exactly. That's how I feel. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could be taking my own fucking pictures, which I could with the tripod, but I feel like it's not the same.
No, but you know what? We have to practice because I notice that that's how everybody gets over there. Because my thing with like pictures is that I cannot pose for the life of me. I literally cannot. I can do everything in a video camera, but posing wise, I'm like... like I'm so fucking awkward, so I'm like, you have to get a tripod and you have to just
practice,
just pose.
Practice makes perfect. No, dude. So it's like that's one thing like that I'm gonna do that I feel like
I'm proud of you about. I love that,
and I hope that you do it too. We could probably collab.
I know, it's because guys, we're not even gonna lie, we have been going through it and we've been trying so hard. And honestly, Saul, like I'm about to hype him because kisses, but dude, he's been so great,
supportive.
He's always like, if it's not fun anymore, then I don't want you guys to do it. And I'm always like, that is such a nice thing to say because he could easily be like, bitch, get your shit together.
He'd be like, I don't want to hear it.
I don't care, dude.
I ain't paying you for this shit.
Yes, quit crying, bitch.
Literally. No, he's definitely supportive, the best boss ever. He's very understanding of our situations. And Steph and I just happen to be in sync in a lot of things. I know. And we're both going through it, y'all, you know.
But we're trying really hard. And every time, I noticed that too. Every time I'm going through it, I'm like, I don't want to do it. And then we come and I'm like, this is the best. This gives me such an escape.
Yeah, I'm glad I did it. No, for sure. I was actually literally talking about... Never mind. This is too much. I'll tell you later. Never mind. This is one thing I should not say right now. But no, definitely, I enjoy this. I definitely needed a break last week, guys. It was a little old me. I just really felt like the energy was not gonna be it, and I want to bring good content, and I don't want to half-ass shit. So I was like, I really need to not do this one, guys.
You know what's crazy though, that I checked and it is Mental Health Awareness Month.
It is,
and ain't nobody talking about it. Like I feel like everyone just forgot this year.
Yeah. No, definitely, guys, like it's okay to take a break. Like I feel like it sounds like such a cliche. Everyone says it, and like a lot of people, you know, glorify like, you know, hustle culture and just working through everything, and you know, that can get you far, but I genuinely feel like recharging and processing and releasing all the shit that you're going through ultimately allows you to get back to what you want to do refreshed and with the new, even like better ideas, better insight, you know, just newfound motivation, just as opposed to working through shit and just kind of half-assing and just feeling heavy. And I don't know, it's just
and I feel like the best way to love others is to love yourself, because if you're not working on yourself, then how can you literally, like you said, like it sounds so cliche, but if you cannot even take care of yourself, how can you expect to take care of anyone else?
Yes, 1,000%. And I do want to say, guys, like any negative experience that you guys might be going through, I truly hope that you don't, I know I use the word negative, but if I've been learning anything, is to not label any situation as negative or positive, because in reality, those are just labels that we assign to things as humans to try to understand what we're going through. And obviously, if something's giving you like a negative emotion, like sadness or anger, you might be like, this isn't good, I don't want to feel this. But I generally feel like it's all a part of life to be accepting of what we are going through. It's hurtful in the moment, I know, and I know we want to get out of it as soon as we can, but if you ever gone through something negative, I know that in time you've been able to look back and been like, you know what, I learned something from that, or you know, or if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, or if that thing didn't happen, I wouldn't have been able to have this, you know. So I generally encourage everyone to embrace whatever negative experience you might be going through in a way that empowers you and doesn't bring you down, because I promise that you are doing okay. Even if it feels like you're not doing okay, that you're not where you should be, or you shouldn't be experiencing whatever you are experiencing, it is that way for a reason. And I promise that, I know that sounds like a cliche, but if you can't understand it right now, you will in the future. So just hang tight. be good to yourselves, be gentle to yourselves, speak kindly to yourselves, hold space for yourselves, take care of yourselves, do what you need to do to hold yourselves in whatever area you are in your life. And when you get through it, you will look back and be grateful. And yeah, I just want to tell you guys that since it is mental
health
awareness month, that was brought to my attention. So it was just my little pep talk to you guys, because I've recently been going through it. But here I am today. I feel much better because I took the time off, I took care of myself, and now I'm here. And yeah, so anybody watching, I love you guys, truly. Thank you for supporting. And
yeah, because I'm always, especially when I'm going through it, I'm like, dude, imagine how many other people are going through it right now and they're pushing through. Like, that shit really does motivate me. Well, sometimes like people would message me with their problems, and honestly sometimes I can't reply, not because I don't want to or I don't want to be there for you guys. It's just very triggering and it's hard to talk about it. But I'll read it and I'm like, dude, okay, if this person is able to reach out and is feeling like they're able to be vulnerable, then it really does motivate me to be like, okay, you know what? Like, take a breath and figure it out and see how you're going to figure it out, and try to reach out to someone too, because I feel like that's what's hard too, that it's hard to ask for help, especially when it's something that's so personal. How do you explain that? Or you're like that nervousness of, are they going to understand it in my point of view, or are they just going to like belittle me or oppose what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like, the worst part when you're feeling down, when someone is like, no, I don't think you're right.
Or they want to rush you to feeling good, giving you like ways to fix it right away.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
Yeah, and guys, for anyone listening, please, like, if someone is venting to you, or maybe you've experienced this, I know, as like, when it's someone you care about, you want to fix it for them. You want to help them get out of that feeling, and you want to make them feel better. But a lot of times the best thing that you can do is just be comforting. Like, that's it. You don't have to fix it for them. You don't have to tell them what to do. If they're not asking you for advice, you don't have to give it to them. Just validate their experience. Tell them that they're not crazy. Even if in your mind it might sound crazy, it feels that way for them for a reason, and you're not in their shoes. You don't know their whole internal world. So if they're just telling you that if they feel a certain way and you might think, this is not that way, just validate it. I promise, when they're calm and regulated, they will be able to figure out what they need to figure out.
Or you can ask. I feel like I always ask. I'm like, what do you need from me right now? Like, do you want me to give you advice, or do you just want me to hear you out?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's very, very important on me, because I'll be speaking my mind.
Yeah, I feel like that's my thing for sure. I feel like I always try to give advice, but I definitely feel like I have been shifting to being more comforting than just outright telling people like what I think or what to do, because a lot of times if someone hasn't been able to validate their experience first, or just allow themselves to feel what they're feeling and sit with that first, they're not going to be able to hear the advice. They're not going to be able to, listen to you with open ears and open hearts, because they're still feeling a lot based off what they're going through.
Yeah.
So just allow for that to happen first, and then once they've had some time to really process those feelings, then you can be like, hey, I had a thought about something that might be able to help you, or whatever, And I know it's hard. It definitely is a trial and error. You're not always going to get it right, especially if you're barely learning how to. But just a thought, just a little tip or whatever, you just keep in mind.
It's funny too, because like two of my best friends, they're a couple, and my friend Oscar, like, I know that if I need to vent, I'll call him, because he's just gonna be like, crazy. And then like his girlfriend, I'll call Destiny, and Destiny will be like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's so funny too how there's like just certain people for everything. And I'll tell him, I'm like, I wish Destiny came today, because I feel like talking and you're not gonna say shit to me. But find those people, guys. Find those people.
And know that not one person can meet all your needs. This is why you need to have, like, Steph just made a perfect point. Like, she has friends for different needs, because not one person can just be good at everything.
Right.
People have their strengths and people have their weaknesses. We all do. So surround yourself with people that, like Steph said, I can go to this person for this thing, and I could go to this person for this other thing, and build your community that way. And don't put too much, like, what is that word? Don't put too many expectations on just one person, because at the end of the day, everyone's also having their own struggles. So it's like, not everyone can meet everything, which is another thing that I've been learning to That is hard.
It is because you want to. It's so funny too because whenever you're going through, I'm like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" And you're like, "I'm good." I'm like, good. "Okay." No, I just want to make sure.
No, 100%. Like I really appreciate that because I definitely am the kind of friend that if I need to get something off my chest, I will go to you because I'm very trusting in myself and I'm very trusting in my friends. I know that if I need to say something, I will say it. But at the same time, because I feel like a lot of people, like someone told me recently, like. Somebody asked me recently, "Are you okay?" But in person. And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." Obviously, I wasn't. You know, like my physical, like body language and like, you know, my mannerisms, like obviously were indicating that I was not okay. And they kind of like gave me like a little lecture at the end of the day of why I wasn't being honest. And I said, "Look, I'm going through a lot. You know that I'm going through a lot. You know everything that I'm going through. There's nothing new to say. The only thing that is happening right now is that I'm going through a lot of emotions. And when I tell you I'm okay, obviously I'm not saying that I'm okay physically, like mentally, but I'm okay in this moment where I don't need to talk about anything. Right. So I'm not going to talk about anything. Yeah. You know, what I need you to do now is being okay with sitting next to me and while I'm going through my shit.
Where you're working.
Exactly. Like, I need you to be able to sit next to me and not feel uncomfortable because I'm obviously going through my own processing time and going through, like, allowing myself to feel and just, you know, mope or be sad or whatever. Like, I need you to be okay with that and not feel like you need to fix it and not feel like you need to, you know, do all these things for me. Like, I need you to trust that if I need you, I'm gonna tell you. You
know what I fucking hate though? Like when I call someone at like 3 a.m. and they text me in the morning and they're like, "Hey, what happened?" Bitch, it's 3 a.m. Like, why do you think I called you? Like, don't text me about it anymore. That's like that moment has gone and passed. Obviously, I don't want to cry about it at 10 a.m. in the morning.
I'm a new person now.
Like, bitch, she's gone. I don't even know who that was. Like, I'm not feeling that no more.
My dog called you, actually.
No, literally. Like, oh my God, I hate hey, you called last night? Like, what's up? Are you okay?
That happened to me.
I am now, ho.
Like, that's happened to me.
I hate that.
The moment passed.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just...
What would you prefer people to do instead? Because obviously the missing call is right there.
But you can be like, "Hey, like, what happened? Why were you sad last night?" Like, I feel like if I'm calling you at, like, I don't call anybody at that time.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty obvious why I'm calling you. Bitch, I'm crying. Like, what do you mean? Like, and now it's morning. So I feel like I would be like, "Hey, are you okay? Do you still want to talk about it? I'm sorry." Or something like that. You know what I mean? But still being like acknowledging the feelings without like prying about it or being like oblivious to it. Like, "Oh, you called?"
Yeah. That's what I would do. I'd be like, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry, Mr. Call was sleeping. What's up?" Because I wouldn't want to assume that they're sad. What if like something crazy just happened and they just wanted to share it with me? Because low-key, I do that.
Bitch, if something crazy happened, you're gonna get a bitch. Wake the fuck up. Like, you know, if something good happened.
I will literally call my friends at 3 a.m, like leaving the club. Like, dude, this dude just hella tried buying me a whole ramo buchon right now, and I said no. Like, you know, because I really, when I'm drunk, especially, like I would just call anyone.
I'm not a caller. Like, if I'm drunk, I honestly forget about my phone.
I won't call people that I'm not comfortable with though.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'll only call like my best friend or like my sisters.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
I won't call anyone else.
Because I was never like I'm gonna call my ex.
Oh.
Like, bitch, why?
That's a hard watch for me. It's a hard watch for me. People do that. People do that around me and it's like, I'm gonna just let them do you. I'm not gonna stop you because
it's so cringe. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's so cringe.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's a hard watch for sure. Like I literally was out yesterday on the Lord's Day. I was at the club and literally that happened with someone that was there with me. They escaped to the bathroom and they were taking a little too long. And I was like, bitch, I already know what the fuck this bitch is doing. And sure enough, I go to the bathroom and there's like a little waiting area before you actually go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
And her back was to me and she was like this on her phone.
Oh
and
my God.
I looked over her shoulder and she was sending a whole paragraph. And I was like, no, city girls down.
Dude, one time,
like, no.
My friend was like sitting on a guy's lap on the phone with her ex.
Oh my God.
And I was like, bitch, like, look at this hot guy whose
City
like
girls
dick is on your ass. Like, what? And she was literally like, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, does she have a boyfriend? And she'd be like, no, I don't have a fucking boyfriend. And then she'd like go off like on the phone.
Oh.
But I mean, also shout out to him for just being like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get this pussy. I don't care if she's calling her ex right now.
Yeah.
But
that ain't none of my business.
No. He's like, la. That shit's so fucking funny though. I love remembering that.
Dude, and it's so funny, talking about, you know, just like things like that at the club. My friend was taking me home yesterday, and he was all telling me, like, dude, like, he has friends that think that just because they ball out at the club on girls, that these girls are automatically gonna be like, oh my god, I want to be your girlfriend, I want to, like, this and this and that. And I was like, dude, literally, like, I don't understand that. Like, how do they not see girls just want to be there for a good time, have some drinks, and if you're gonna fucking buy it, they're gonna fucking take it. Literally, no girl wants to fucking pay for shit at the club themselves. So the fact that men, because these particular guys, like, it's like the 4th, 5th time that they come around paying for everything, and then behind our backs are venting to the homies like, why don't these girls want to be with us? Like we got money, we got like, bitch, what the fuck?
Like, oh, they don't want to be with us, but they're over here mooching out. Like, bitch, shut up.
At that point, it's a personal issue. If you feel some type of way about it, stop fucking doing it.
Also, if you're expecting something in return, you're ugly.
Exactly. Like,
a real man just pays because he's the man.
Because he got it like that, and he loves spoiling beautiful women.
And it ain't nothing to him. It's like, oh, yeah, sure, put down my tab.
No, dude, literally. And I was just like, dude, honestly, like, that's so funny to me. Like, men complaining about paying for specifically when it comes to paying. Men complaining about paying and then being like, oh, why am I not getting this or that in return? But they still do it. It's like, what? Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you at that point. Like,
dude, because
don't do it anymore.
I know, like, I have friends who literally, guys will be like, hey, like, I'm gonna fly out to see you. Like, you don't, like, we don't need to have sex. We don't do anything. I just want to hang out with you. Oh. And, like, literally fly out, pay for everything, like, spoils them, and then just goes home.
I love that. Where does she meet those?
Dude, I don't know. I literally don't know. I love this friend is like so fucking funny because she's just the kind of person that literally whatever she like lo decreta, like she literally says it and she's like, that's what happens. Like she'll be like, I'm gonna get that job, and then she gets it. Or she'll be like, oh, it's okay that I'm single because I know this guy's gonna do this for me, and they do. Oh, like she's really that. She's the manifest queen of my life. Like I don't know anybody else who can manifest as well as she does. Ooh. It's crazy, baby girls. It's crazy.
I need to get like her.
No, literally.
Once I clear my mental blockages, it's over for you bitches.
It's okay. I'm always gonna call you out. I'm sorry. If you're dating a bum, I'm gonna call you out. Yeah. So I'm not gonna let you. I'm only gonna let the highest of high quality men date Vanessa.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I need that. But I feel like though where I'm at now, I don't think I ever will date another bum again.
No, thank God.
Thank God for like, you know, what's that, glowing up, you know, growing, for expecting better, because
I think it's the age thing though. 100%. I definitely think it's like the maturity of like, wait, what do I really want out of my partner? Do I just want him to pick me up and be like, where do you want to go? Literally, or do I want someone who's going to put in that extra effort?
Plan dates, thoughtful, you know, in tune with how you're feeling. Yeah. Do literally like, and I'm not saying that I'm like there's a perfect man out there, but I genuinely feel like men that care will put in the effort.
Of course. And dude, you're so fucking hot. Like literally look at her right now. Oh my God, like how could anyone even expect you to lower your standards for them? Thank you. Like that's wild. The fact that men are like, you want me to do that for you? Like, literally, you want me to bring my standards down for you? Are you insane?
Literally. What's it called? I saw this, you know that girl that gives like dating advice and like whenever
the sprinkle.
Yeah. Dude, I love her fucking videos. I saw this one time where it's like, what do I do if this guy says he's not gonna like pay for this or whatever? She's like, oh, just if a man tells you that he's not willing to pay for something, just tell them, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were having financial issues right now. It's okay, I'll get somebody else to do it. Oh my God. And I was like, she is so iconic. Like, I fucking love her videos. Like, they're just so hilarious to me. But the advice is so fucking real.
Dude, like, because I feel like men are like, oh, what about feminism? Like, bitch, I can want equality in society and also want to be treated like a queen.
100%.
Like, it doesn't have to be, it's not like one or the other. I can want to be treated with respect and get paid the same and, you know, have the same opportunities and still have a man wanting to die for me.
100%.
Like, why is that? Women die for y'all, do everything for y'all all 100%. The time.
I feel like men that kind of have a mentality of like, oh, you wanted equality, but now this, you know, Pussies. It's like, dude, just say you're
a bitch.
Yeah, just say you're not down, and then go get somebody else that's willing to put up with your ass.
No, literally,
the men are out there. I truly feel like the men are out there. Like, if you tell yourself, I'm not gonna find a man like that, then you're not. You know,
and you're already settling in your head.
Exactly. You're already lowering your standards by believing that it's not out there or that it's not possible for you. Because that is such a lie. Like, it's such a lie, you guys. All you have to do is believe it and say no to the men that are not that. That's it. Because if you're going to settle and just say yes to whatever comes around, then you're not going to give yourself the opportunity to find someone that's actually going to treat you the way you actually want to be treated. And I truly feel like when you're kind of leveling up in the mentality of how you want to be treated, the universe will test you and will send you like maybe good looking guys, but they're dirtbags. And it's like, okay, well, there's this obviously good looking guy, but do you really want what you say you want?
Exactly.
So like if you really do, you're going to have to get good at rejecting good looking dudes that are just ass, you know, and reject them because you will get better.
I actually just saw, I don't remember what podcast it was, but it was like a clip on TikTok. Someone sent it to me where it was like, oh, like girls are just so nice. They're always just like complaining like, oh, like my boyfriend doesn't get me flowers and then whatever. And he's like, why don't you guys just say like, motherfucker, get me flowers? Like, he's like, men are really just that easy. And I was like, is this guy listening to himself? Like, yeah. Here's this like person being kind of nice and you're telling me like, oh, you have to treat me like shit and tell me like, kind of like force you to buy you flowers. Like, why, if she's already telling you, why can't you just buy the flowers? Yeah. Like, why does it have to go to like me having to force you to buy me flowers? Yeah. And I was like, because he was like giving it, here, let me look for it. He was like giving advice, like, come on, ladies, it really is that easy. But it was like, bitch, it really is that easy to just buy some fucking flowers. Like, what are you talking about?
Why does it have to get to that point?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, why do I have to literally tell you that for you to get it together?
And you know what's insane? I just saw this video too of this girl talking about she was going against the idea of if he wanted to, he would, because people have different love languages, right? So let's say your love language is gift giving and my love language is like quality time. You know, my way of giving you something is going to be my time because that's my love language. But if yours is gift giving, you're going to feel like your needs are not being met because I'm not giving you gifts. I'm just giving you my time because that's the way I would want to be loved. And that's a lot of the clash that people have nowadays, that they don't really know their partners in that way. They just assume like, okay, I'm going to do what I would want to be done. Yeah. And they put that upon the other person instead of trying to learn what the other person would want. So she was saying that she and her husband were like that dynamic where she loved gifts and that was her love language, but her husband, I think love language was like quality time. So they would have that clash. So she said she did have to teach him like how to be vocal, I guess, communicating her needs at first. Like, okay, like she said the first couple of birthdays sucked because like the gifts were like non-existent. You know, it was just more of like him taking her out to eat or something like that, like spending time. But the gifts were like lacking. When to her that felt like a lack of love because that's what she wanted. That's how she grew up, you know. And she said that, so she had to really tell her like husband, like, okay, like I love you, but my love language is gift giving. And she said that she told herself, I'm going to teach him 3 times. Like, I'm going to tell him 3 times. And 3 times, if someone cares about you and is actually listening to you. Exactly. And is actually going to take in what you're saying and apply it because they want the relationship to flourish, you're not going to need to tell them more than 3 times for them to get it. Right. And she was saying that's what she did. Just 3 separate occasions, you know, when she felt disappointed, she brought it up to her husband. And she was like, look, my love language is gift giving. Like, I appreciate the time, but this is what makes me feel good. And, you know, and she told him, and she said it just took 3 times for her husband to get it right. And she felt like if you're with a partner and you've explained it to him already, you've communicated to him, like your expectations, what feels good to you. And after 3 times, they still don't receive it. There's still not any changed behavior or any kind of, and not that they haven't shown any kind of wanting to make things better, I mean, or listening to your feedback, then at that point, you're just dealing with a man that is not willing to put the effort in.
Absolutely, know what I mean? Because I feel like the ultimate form of love, like, okay, that's my love language, but I'm loving you. Exactly. I have to love you in your love language, not in mine. Exactly. And I feel like that's, like, exactly like you said, that's people's mentality. It's like, well, I don't know how to do that. Then learn. 100%. Like, literally read a fucking book. 100%. Go on YouTube, bitch. Like, literally everything is, read a goddamn, like, fucking romance novel and take some notes. Like, I hate, a lot of people have been like, I've been noticing say that they'll be like, oh, well, it's because like girls watch movies and like they read books about like men that like aren't real. Like, dude, unrealistic. Read the book then and watch the movie and see what it is these like men that are written by women are doing and take from that.
Like, and I think it's so insane that men say men like that aren't real. Like, there's the expectation that's like, bitch, no, you feel like that's not real because you are attracted to other men that are just like you. Your circle is a reflection of you. So if you don't do that shit, then the men in your lives obviously don't do that shit either.
And then they validate themselves. Exactly. And it's like, dude, like, you're all wrong.
And at the end of the day, it's sad because they're only hurting themselves, because they're not going to be in meaningful relationships. They're not going to have, like, I feel like relationships is one of the most beautiful thing that you can have, like, on earth, when it's like good both ways.
Yeah.
And it's like, and if you're not going to be willing to put that work in, then you're never going to have that kind of relationship that you really want.
Exactly.
And it's like, and it's just, it's always the man talking. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I truly feel like if anyone's
not all men,
not
but
all
always
men,
a man.
though, but literally. Yeah, so I really thought that was good advice, because it's true. Like, if you don't know how, you can learn, and you can always try, you know, and I feel like the more you try, the more you'll get it right, you know, and just being more like attentive, like just being more like, just listen, just watch. Like, it's just more, it's really easy.
Try to understand more than anything, because I feel like, too, it's like you listen and I heard you, but I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, even
I'm talking about, like, gifts. I'm like, you can easily look and, like, listen to me, and I'm like, I like this.
I want a diamond necklace.
I want a trip to Paris. You know, it's like, I'll talk about gifts, but yeah, and other types of things, of course, it's a little more harder.
Especially because, like, okay, I went to the Costa Mesa Mall, and I saw a lot of sugar babies, and I was like, these bitches know what they fucking want. Like, they know what they want. Like, maybe they're interesadas, but they're getting everything they want. Yeah. They're not, like, miserable, like, begging nobody. They said, this is what I want, and the guy said, this is what I'm gonna give you, baby girl.
Yeah, and that's crazy, because it's like, some people are not looking for love. Like, some people just want to be...
That is so true.
They're not, like... She just wants to be living lavish, getting taken care of without love. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants different things. Where y'all find these men at? Comment down below.
My friend's looking.
Please. Dude, talking about looking, I matched with this really cute Asian boy.
Yummy.
I've been watching a lot of K-dramas on Netflix. And bitch, K-dramas, it pisses me off because they're so vanilla. Like, and not in like the sex sense. It's just like there's barely any kissing, no passion. It's just like they finally get together and they exchange like a little like, kiss. Yeah. You know, like maybe I've been watching the wrong ones, but
you gotta watch Bridgerton and those.
Oh, I love them. Yeah, 100%.
Did you watch Queen Charlotte?
Yes, dude, I love all of them. And literally, I'm like, dude, that's the only thing that I was like, oh, sometimes I just want them to fucking ram each other. I need a good sex scene. I need a good makeout sesh. Like, I need some fucking passion. But I still love the cheesiness of them. And me and my cousin, like, love them so much. And it's funny because we've been, like, kind of manifesting, like, dude, I want to date an Asian boy. Like,
oh, hell
I've been more attracted to, like, Asian men because I've been watching a lot of K-dramas. I'm like, dude, they're so fun. And I matched with one, and I'm like on a date soon.
Yeah, he's really cute.
Yeah. So
I'm proud of you. Because normally I don't find Vanessa's taste that great.
We have different tastes.
More than anything. It's not that the guys are ugly. It's just we have different tastes.
Yeah.
So, but he's really cute.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you. I love living vicariously.
Yeah, me too.
No, like literally, I fucking eat that shit up. Yeah. Like she'll be like, I have a date Sunday, and then I'll call you Sunday and be like, how was your date?
And then I'll be like, I didn't go.
I know, that shit was gay.
Do you got that dog in you?
What does that mean?
It's just like you're that bitch, but in the sense of like you have to do something chaotic and be like, yeah, I got that dog in me.
Okay, then I feel like
yes. Ballsy.
Oh yeah, I definitely do think I do then.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm a yes man.
Yeah.
So is that what it means? Is that pretty much?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, are you just down for your shit?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I feel like I do.
For
Maybe
sure.
not a big dog. Maybe like, I don't know, like a terrier. Like they bark a lot and they're kind of annoying and they're down, but like also they kind of like they'll bitch out on sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got that Chihuahua in me.
Yeah, I got that dog, that bulldog. This does nothing all day.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God. Okay, well, thank you, besties.
That was it.
Yeah, sorry. We took a break and then our minds went blank.
Our minds were like, no.
Yes.
This is all we could do today.
But stick around for the Patreon because some good content coming on. If you guys
We're going to spill the tea on the Patreon, guys.
No, for real.
We're
like,
really
if you guys are wondering why the fuck we're so weird and on edge, we're going to tell you guys everything on the Patreon.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking tea.
Unpacking here.
We're going to unpack a lot.
Also, we're going to start posting different kind of content on the Patreon. So if you guys want to get to know us a little bit better,
it's gonna be more vlog styles. We're gonna be vlogging our day-to-day, our chaotic things,
our breakdowns,
literally
at least mine,
everything.
Yeah,
I might vlog mine too, to be honest.
I love it. I'm gonna be crying and shit. So if you guys want to see that, or if you guys are interested, or if you guys just love us so much that you cannot get enough, go subscribe. Patreon is an app where you can get exclusive content about the besties. So check that out. We're going to do
to all the people that have already subscribed, by the way.
Shout out to you guys. Love you guys so much. And thank you, besties, for giving us this space to be vulnerable and talk about our shit.
Yes, 100%.
We love you guys. And we missed you. And honestly, we're going to try harder. We say that all the time. Yeah. We're just in a toxic relationship, but
we are. Together.
Together. This is us, all right? Yeah. We make promises and then fail.
We're trying our best, though.
It's that dog in us.
Yeah. Yup.
Love you guys.
Trying to get a better dog.
But love you guys, besties. See you next week. Kisses.